It's not often that you're sponsored with a glorious trip to Munich in Germany to check out a brand new racing simulator, but that is what happened with Rennsport, and in this video I'm going to give you my absolute first impressions of the sim. I was genuinely surprised how lax they were and how open they were with letting me just talk and drive. Fasten your seatbelts. Here is our first impressions of this new racing sim.
We've got the BMW here. We're using the Fanatec, this is Fanatec podium wheelbase, Fanatec V3 pedals. I had a little secret fiddle with the wheel, don't tell the Rennsport guys. I did it on a different profile, so it's alright, we go back to the other one, no one needs to know. It's Hockenheim ring, we're going to pull out, we're going to drive, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm thinking as we go. Super duper first impressions of this new simulator. And before I drive, it's worth saying this is obviously alpha, so not even beta, not even gamma, not zeta, not x-ray, it's alpha. So it's early days with this software, but let's go. Out the pits, monster wheel lock. Don't drive into the wall, that's the broken BMW. So, now we are using these Logitech headsets, so it's quite noisy in here, so it's hard for me to hear the car, so I can't really say too much on the sound, but we're coming out of the pit. We sped. Let's get out on the track, full throttle. So, leaving the pit lane here, and well, I can feel the tyre walls a little bit. Going into, whoa, okay, we smashed over the curb there. Car bounced a lot over the curb. Yeah, I can straight away. One corner in, I can feel the. There's a nice little bit of load for where the tyres are when you're turning. For when you're turning over the tyres, which is good. Let's get braking. Okay, braking in a straight line. Let's focus on the force feedback initially, obviously the most important part of the game after grass. Braking in a straight line can't feel too much, but when I brake whilst turning, so like trail braking into this, I can actually feel the force feedback load up a little bit. I don't know if that's conveying the suspension compression, or if that is from the amount of grip the tyres have. But this is it's very forgiving, but not in a bad way. This is quite pliable. I'm not going to directly compare it to any other simulators. I know that's what you guys want me to do probably. But nice and forgiving handling. But a good bit of depth there, so we're sliding a bit. I'm going to try and do a super clean lap here with a bit of pace. You notice, actually, I've not struggled with this straight away. So with some sims, when you jump into them, you have to like, you know, if this was, let's not name it, but a sim that sounds like pie racing, I would really struggle. My first time playing it, never played it before, totally new sim, I'd be like spinning straight away. So immediately, I can naturally feel the car through the corner, force feedback loads up a bit, I can feel the rear end, and I can catch it. So that's a combination of whatever's going on with the physics and the force feedback. Though this is a GT3 car, so it's going to have traction control and God knows what else on it. And these are the settings that Rennsport have set up on the sim. So I don't know if they've got any other assists on or what's going on with the car, but it feels nice depth, but quite pliable and reasonably forgiving, which I think is quite nice for a GT3 car. Going into that corner there, I would say it feels to me that the brake bias needs to be further back. I don't know if I can get that changed, but we'll keep driving without any changes, straight out of the box. Let's try and be a bit smoother. Let's concentrate, less natter, more driving. So that's nice. I turned into the corner there. The turning from the steering moved the weight of the car, and that led the car into the corner. The mass of the car obviously conveyed, and then I could counter steer it a little bit so we didn't actually spin. Again, that's a mixture of the pliability of the car as well as the what's coming through the force feedback. Right, I'm not going to talk this lap. I'm going to try and do a clean lap. Full focus. See, I'm balanced. I'm not sure if I'm balancing it on the throttle, how much throttle I'm putting on based off the force feedback or the physics, the visuals. But I do feel like I have a loose idea of what I'm doing straight away, which is nice. No talking. Missed that corner. Right, let's try and do this. Try and do a bit of a faster lap here without chatting. Use all the track. I said I wasn't going to talk, but graphics really quite nice. Does have a tiny bit of that, tiny bit of blurriness to it, which I think is just AA settings. It's that sort of temporal AA, but nowhere near as blurry as, let's say, some other sims that go by the name of 3 letters. Not that blurry. But we haven't got access to any of the settings, so can't really judge it too much. The shadows all look nice and sharp. The details look really nice. The trees look nice. The grass. No, where's the grass? 0 out of 10. It's not enough grass. They need to turn the grass up in this game. Here we go. Just try and actually load it through the corner. Now, the stability of the car's actually egging me on a bit to push a bit more, which is nice. Rather than me feeling like, oh, I've got to underdrive, this is encouraging me to actually push a bit. This is a bit of a good sign, I think. I'm not being too positive. Let's be negative. I've had lots of German Coca-Cola that apparently has a lot of caffeine in it, so can't trust a word I say. Oh, okay, so put a wheel on the curb and the car got tugged to the left from the curb. The force feedback pulled the car quite a bit from the curbing. So I'd say the curbing's a bit aggressive. But yeah, you know, as an absolute first impressions of an alpha build of a game, this is I'm actually optimistic. I'm quite optimistic. I think if the curbing didn't tug you, and I think if you can feel the brakes a bit more when braking in a straight line, it might be all right. It might be all right. Oh dear. I really want to play this on my own home simulator, my home setup, so I can, you know, mess around with it, mess around with the cars, mess around with the settings, and get it. You know, then you can really, with your own equipment, you can actually really assess what it's like to drive. Right, we're gonna do one final lap here. So I quite like how the car's sliding in this. Like it's a controllable slide. It doesn't feel like train track glued. It's got a little bit of slip to it. It's a tiny bit mushy, the slide, but I mean, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Whoa! Curbs, suspension's a little bit bouncy and launchy, but I would even though this is an alpha right now, I would rather play this than some of the other current sims in terms of the raw handling we've got at the moment. So I think that's a good sign. This is the final lap we're doing here. I'm going to get kicked off this rig. They've got to get other dirty influences on it. They'll all be like, nah, I don't like it. Don't listen to Game of Muscle. It'll be interesting actually to see what other people say. I form my opinions on what other people say. Don't form your own opinions. Oh, come on. I'm pushing through the corner there, and I've got additional steering angle, and the nose of the car kept going in. It didn't just vaguely understeer, which is quite nice. Oh, guys. Do you know what? There's going to be some of you that I think will really enjoy this. I imagine iRacers. Oh no, I said the name of the game. Pi Racers. I imagine they, you know, well, they don't like anything. But I think if you're sort of more on the race room AC type side of things, you might quite enjoy this. You might. Alpha, early days, might get worse, might get better. But there we go. That's a few laps, a few too many laps. I'm getting booted off. But yeah, great. Really, really interesting. As a first impressions, I would say really interesting. Obviously, it's alpha. You know, there's certain things you see that you know, there's little bits of texture popping in and stuff that's clearly just not finished because it's in alpha. There'll be optimizations and things. But for an alpha, I'm genuinely actually quite impressed. It'll be really interesting to see what the beta and the final versions are like, because you just can't know until the game's actually out. But cautiously optimistic. The most positive thing to say is that I actually want to keep driving and going faster. I want to go a bit faster in it, you know, and push it more. And I think that's always a good sign. So yeah. That's it. That's it for the introduction. First impressions of Rennsport from a bold git in a sim rig. Thanks for watching this. There we go.
After recording that first impressions video, we did get a chance to jump in and drive some more. Not only the BMW GT3 car, but also a Porsche GT3 car. So we'll have more videos coming soon. But as you can see in the background here, we also had a chance to drive a Porsche Mission R electric vehicle around the glorious hay bale adorned Goodwood Festival of Speed hill climb track. And though despite not quite getting a grip of the vehicle's handling, I have to say the hill climb stage just looked really nice. Photography, flashes, tons of spectators and glorious hay bales. What more could you want? Really good sense of speed and super immersive, and really good to see proper AAA graphics in a driving simulator. Now we've got some more videos on Rennsport coming out very soon indeed, so make sure you click that subscribe button if you don't want to miss them. Also, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and crucially, most importantly, make yourselves a cup of tea and sip it. Till the next one, thanks for watching and goodbye everyone.